If your process isn't getting easier over time, something is off. This conversation is about building systems so your work actually supports you. What you're about to watch is from one of my Producing for Success workshops, where I focus on building systems that make your work repeatable instead of exhausting. If you want deeper structure around creating work that can actually last, my Plan Like a Pro blueprint is linked in the description. But this stands on its own. So, this exercise about defining your why. I got Oprah and Beyonce here. You know why? Because I studied specifically, especially Beyonce, I studied her career and the way she executed her marketing. And people, I would call it, the Beyonce, like just you got a Beyonce on them, which is really like moving in silence, head down, working hard, and popping out. And I loved that. And so I studied and I observed her while I was starting to market and create LoveMyRoomie. That's really what I was doing. Oprah, I've looked up to Oprah since I was a little girl, so Oprah's got to be there. But really, it's about two women, or what I have them here as symbols of two people who I believe, and I think it is clear per their careers, who have had clarity and who have not been afraid to reinvent themselves and who refuse to be boxed in. Oprah is Oprah. But what does Oprah do, y'all? She acts, she's a host, she's a producer, she has a magazine, she has a network. Like Oprah is just Oprah. And with Oprah is everything that Oprah chooses to do with her journey here on earth. And I want that for each and every one of you. You are just you, and you can do whatever you want and create the life that you want. So you're bringing out what lies beneath the surface, and that is going to allow you to be able to have some clarity eventually. And this is a process. We're creatives, right? And it's not linear, and the way that we create isn't linear. And our experience with our projects is not going to always feel great, and it's not going to always feel clear. But what I want you to be able to tap into is a bit more of your intuition, so that it isn't necessarily about, okay, I don't feel clear about this, or I'm nervous about this, I'm not going to do it. You have to intuitively know, you know what? I am nervous about this, but I'm going to commit to this because this is what's inside of me. This is something I've dreamt of since I was younger. This is something that a story I feel like needs to be told. This is an experience, a workshop, an event that I feel like I need to do. In full transparency, I am also experiencing these same creative blocks or doubts alongside you, because we're all creatives here. And so it happens in circles, but it's all about how we pass it on, how we build one another up, and how we ensure that we are creating an ecosystem and a collective of people who are approaching creativity similar to us and who can hold us accountable, right? All right, to event production. Okay, this is where we're gonna be tried and tested to open our minds. Or maybe it's already in your head. You already know. So event production isn't just about workshops or screenings, like I say here. It's a strategic way to generate revenue and raise awareness for your project. So for those who are watching the replay, or for those who are here, it does mean events. I do literally mean events like my event Soul Canvas. I also quite literally mean events like the precursor or predecessor, right? Well, the ancestor to Soul Canvas, which is Love Thyself Summit. So, what is Love Thyself Summit? Back in 2020, Love My Roomie came out. Um, and well, it must have been around November of 2020 before it came out. I thought of how we could take the themes and the topics of Love My Roomie and make them real for people. So they're not just watching something, but we're practicing social responsibility and having conversations around this. Now, this was during the height of the pandemic, so being in person was absolutely not an option. We also didn't have any budget for it. So I partnered, another key, partnering. I partnered with Karima, who is the founder of a organization, a production label, Rare Maven, and we partnered, and we created Love Thyself Summit, which was
the reason why it matched what she was doing, because she was moving into the events planning and the wellness space. And here I was, a filmmaker who wanted to create an event that was literally a real life experience from Love Thy Roomie. So we discussed everything from wellness. You see here, we had a conversation around Black body image and mental health. It was a 2-day summit. It was full days, like 10-hour days, virtual, hosted on this platform called Hopin, which was acquired by StreamYard. So StreamYard would be what I would use now if I were to do this again. We had sponsors, so we were able to do giveaways. And what were we able to do? We were able to talk about Love My Roomie and the themes. Of course, we said go watch it on Amazon Prime, but we also had conversations around family, wellness, sexuality, gender identity. We had a specific conversation with my cousin about the Black family and how the Black family treats relatives and members of the family who are queer identifying. Right? We had so many conversations that really took the themes of the film, of the series, and popped it off the page. And then and I was partnering with these different guests and these different leaders and change makers, and we were able to have these conversations, and they would lead these conversations, and we'd have fireside chats. Everything you would see in an in-person summit, pretty much we had here, including like a meditation room, all of those things.
If this way of thinking was useful, there are more conversations like this on this channel. Take what helps, leave what doesn't.